Hi everyone! In today's episode, we're going to make deconstructed beef roll-ups. I've been cooking this dish for many years, and I've never found a perfect recipe elsewhere, so I'm happy to share mine. Of course, it's the best one out there. First off, we'll hard-boil some eggs. Eggs take 10 minutes from the moment the water starts to boil. For the meat, you can use beef or pork. First, examine the meat to see how it's cut and which way the grain runs. Always slice the meat across the grain. To avoid bothering my wife while she's watching her favorite show, I'll put a kitchen towel under the cutting board to muffle the sound. Now, pound the meat. If it's a tougher cut, pound it on both sides. This piece is quite tender, so one side is enough. Great, my wife isn't complaining. Meanwhile, the eggs have started boiling, so we'll start the 10-minute timer now. Spread the meat out on the board. Season with pepper and salt. Spread on some yellow mustard. Then, sprinkle with all-purpose flour. Flip the meat over and repeat on the other side. Pepper, salt, mustard, and flour. Now, it might seem like this deconstructed version is just a lazy way to make Spanish beef roll-ups. And honestly, that's pretty much true. I prefer making it this way because I just don't enjoy rolling the meat. I'd rather make a roulade if it came to that. Sear the prepared meat quickly in a pan. Just enough to create a thin crust. 20 to 40 seconds per side is plenty. Now for the prep work. Dice the onions into small cubes. If the onions make your eyes sting, rinse your knife in cold water every now and then. It really helps. Chop the pickles as well. Do the same with the hot dogs, frankfurters, and the bacon. I recommend high-quality hot dogs with a high meat content. I personally like the ones from Lidl. Peel the eggs. If tiny bits of shell stick to them, just rinse the eggs under running water. It washes them right off. Chop the eggs. And that's the end of our prep session. No more chopping from here on out. Pour some oil or lard into a pot. Sauté the onions in the hot oil or lard. Then add the bacon and the chopped hot dogs. Once the bacon, hot dogs, and onions are slightly browned, add a tablespoon, or better yet, two, of yellow mustard. Keep stirring. Hmm, it's starting to stick to the bottom a bit, so let's quickly deglaze it with some water. Add the seared meat and pour in more water. Season with salt and some more pepper, enough for the kids to pick out later. Stir it in. Add a bit more water. Then add the pickles and the chopped eggs. Don't stir it too much now, or the eggs will break apart. Now we just need to let our yummy dish simmer. If you use a pressure cooker, pork takes about 30 minutes and beef about 40 minutes. In a regular pot, it takes much longer. At least an hour for pork and about an hour and a half for beef. The sauce will need thickening. Dissolve some all-purpose flour in cold water. I also add a teaspoon of starch for a better consistency. Whoops! A bit of steam there. Thicken the sauce and let it simmer for a few more minutes. You can serve deconstructed beef roll-ups with dumplings or rice. For those who like a bit of a kick, you can add a chili pepper. Well, that's all for today. Enjoy your meal, and check out my other cooking videos.